singled you out! Where'd everyone go?
It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
What does that mean?
I'm afraid sometimes the weak and dead work themselves into friendly of things. Must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay. How?
Give your greetings, and the wisp will follow.
Hello.
Wisps are the simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Door's open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
I hope we can help here, Professor.
You already have, Valara. And it's just Emmerich. Please.
Great, Professor.
I assume your visit has to do with recent upheavals we've sensed in the Fae?
Oh, just a little. Trouble coming.
Fight ahead.
This magic, it drains everything around it.
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
Can't do this without a wisp.
I see we've company.
Finish them off.
Ah, we've done it. Fine hit through.
Watch yourself.
Ah, nicely done.
Trouble coming.
That one's ready.
Trouble coming. Nice one, bro.
Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't it?
The necropolis rearranges itself every so often.
This is locked too, and I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid. They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Those wisps really came just because you asked.
They care for us, Rook. Ever loyal friends amongst the dead.
Good work, everyone!
I'll need a wisp. Here's our second wisp.
These are way different than some of the wisps in Arlethan.
I should like to meet some one day.
I don't know, Professor. Your wisps seem less, dangerous.
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door. Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
You think a person's behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction. We've company.
Oh, nicely done, Rook.
Ready and waiting! An attack from afar! Solid hit! It's over. Taking fire! There we go!
How do we get rid of all these despair demons?
Their source is near the bell you saw earlier. Ringing it will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place. Tell me, Rook, where are you from?
I grew up in Tevinter.
Our cousins in Magecraft to the north. You must tell me about your journeys once we're above ground. Here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
But how?
You must open yourself to possibilities while in the necropolis. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook? This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
What's it do exactly?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fade.
Oh, that'd be helpful in Arlethan, but I bet it only works here, doesn't it?
Quite correct. The bell would be inert outside the necropolis.
Still, I bet the principles could be replicated.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin. By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair? Who brought it here?
Venatori.
The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Shh, I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down,
so don't dawdle.
We found those Venatori.
They have no place in these halls.
Cannot be possible. Right now, Brahma.
After ready.
To me and a
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
I'll fill you in on them later.
Well aimed!
Down one more despair demon. That's the last of them.
I see someone by the crates.
I don't think they're Venatori. Hello? Did the Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous.
I know people in Minrathous who would help with that. Just say the word.
Thank you. We'd welcome the assistance. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. The Sunken Star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right.
There's one chain. Excellent.
Kill them all, but save the limbs!
Finish them now. Finish them off. Oh, we did it.
Last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell. Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori.
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
There's the Venatori.
Your heresy fails!
Good one.
The Venatori brought demons.
Typical of them.
Appreciate it, Emmer.
Rage demon!
Hold fast!
Rage dig-
Emmerich, now what?
The grand necropolis shows itself!
Worked! Those despair demons are just gone.
Pretty. Impressive.
Thank you, but come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from. Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent Oniric disruptions.
At the least. The implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
No one ever brings me tea after I slog through a haunted crypt.
My assistant, Manfred. Always thoughtful.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open to get to the blight. And they've already messed with it. Demons, tears in reality. Our team needs a Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navarra. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Only if your assistant's coming.
Manfred? But of course.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmerich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
Lucanus, if you lose control of Spike, I'll have to put you both down. No hard feelings.
Good. But you should know, all the people who ever tried to kill me are dead.
Did I see you writing a message to the Inquisition? What's that about?
You know Varric and I were part of the Inquisition, right? I'm trying to get news about the South. but Charter hasn't replied to any of my messages. I'm trying not to worry about what's happening there, but... No, it's probably fine. Charter's just busy. She's always busy.
Charter? Who's that?
She's the Inquisition's spy master. Or she would be, if there was still an Inquisition. I suppose she just works for the Inquisitor now?
I haven't heard much about the Inquisition in years.
Oh, that's intentional. When the breach was open, we needed a large group to stop Southern Thetis from falling into chaos. It's changed in the years since. We're a smaller force working underground to keep an eye on things going on in the world.
A spy master? She doesn't know things about me, does she? Do I need to worry?
Charter probably knows everything about you. Oh, but she's not going to use it against you. I mean, if you behave.
So, how long were you with the Inquisition? 10 years?
Something like that. Why?
You must know the Inquisitor.
Well, yeah, we worked together. I wasn't part of the Inquisitor's inner circle, though. I spent more time with the ordinary people, the ones you didn't hear about.
And the Inquisitor's advisors? What about them?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite. She's lovely. She still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my name day. Cullen and I got along too, but he was always busy. He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes, and I would share the tea that my ma sent. He's from Ferelden too. Maybe it reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying as she sounds. Oh, I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
A nug? Those small pink rodent things? What for?
She loved them and made a hobby of breeding them as pets.
So, did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug?
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others. Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the mess. She was really the only one who could make Rainier, well, Blackwall then, let down his guard. Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses. And there was Cole, of course.
The spirit boy?
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something about them. Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not to laugh. Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
Who stores eyes under their bed? I'm partial to a nice wall display myself.
Well, that's one interpretation that never occurred to me. Thanks.
You're welcome. Wasn't Cole an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Ah, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
So tell me about these ordinary Inquisition members I haven't heard about.
The Inquisition hired hundreds, and most of them weren't Magisters or Ben Hasrith or the left hand of the Divine. There were scouts and stable hands, carpenters and cooks and quartermasters, even 2 dedicated pastry chefs. Most of them volunteered, like me. We wanted to help in whatever small way we could.
You helped people. That's not small.
It sure felt like it sometimes. I'd sit with Rector and Faulkner and we'd watch the important people with their important business rushing by.
Rector? Faulkner?
Liliana gave all her agents pseudonyms.
Right. Like Charter.
Well, Charter's Charter, but when the other two and I were together, we were just Lace, Wilbur, and Katya.
Do you miss it? The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solus. What did you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
As smart as he's supposed to be, there's just some things he doesn't get. At all.
Yeah. Maybe one day he will. Maybe. If you help him. Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire, and here I am rambling about the past. I should let you go. Talk later?
Poor Nev. She didn't deserve what happened.
Need and knowledge.
A third edition of the Unnameable Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to. Oh, Rook, you probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in.
Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes. What a fascinating place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
Early on, it mostly felt empty, but it's gotten more homey with each new person.
For all its grandeur, the lighthouse does seem meant for company.
Did you get the tour yet?
Oh, I've been exploring, but I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls. My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
We're still getting used to one another.
True, and yet...
Give it time. We'll settle in.
Please excuse me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory. Thank you for stopping by. By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Vorgoth asked if we could assist with an outbreak of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis. I'm not sure what's frightened them, but it bears investigation.
Hauntings and scared wisps? Let's look into it.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
You know, Rook, every time I think I've got a handle on how weird magic is, it just...
What happened in Minrathous will stay with me a long time.
Oh no. Where is everyone? What did the Venatori do to the Shadow Dragons?
dragons wouldn't have let them inside. Not willingly. Maybe someone left a clue?
A candelabra. They carry messages through the city. Is this for us? Strange. It wants us to find more. Hector. He used to guard the pawn shop's entrance. Nev mentioned it. He was waiting for someone near the market. He might still be there. The light drawn echoes back. In Aeternum, this will not stand.
This is horrible. The Venatori are monsters.
It's bad out here. So many dead or injured after the dragon. Now Venatori grab anyone they please.
A Grey Warden? Are you all right?
You're Rook. I'm Vesta.
What happened?
I'm here to help the Shadow Dragons, fighting Darkspawn in the catacombs. There weren't many when we started, but then the others said to run. Get help. We can't leave the Darkspawn. If they escape into the city...
Just sit tight. Rana, how are you?
I'm surviving. Beyond that, I'm sure you've heard enough sad stories. I was injured during the attack, but I've recovered enough. I'm trying to help where I can.
please.
I can't believe it. We're meeting after all those letters. It's an honor, Professor Emmerich. What should I call you? I mean, with everything you've done, it feels strange to just call you Emmerich.
Emmerich is fine, please. We're not in a classroom after all. Far less predictable.
Okay, Emmerich. Right. I might call you Professor Emmerich sometimes.
We're not alone.
This message... You're connected to the other Candlehob we met. More executions?
Are the servant sizes here getting smaller? Or is it just me?
I don't think it's just you. It's been harder to get food and other supplies. And I think it all goes to the High Bloods first.
Of course it does.
Happening in Minrathus? find out here!
And now a dragon.
So, does Manfred have, you know, people, thoughts, and feelings?
His self-expression may be limited, but Manfred is as cognizant of his surroundings as you or I. Now, to a certain degree.
Unfortunate times we live in. Some cheese to cheer you up? I do also carry some cheese of indeterminate origin. It just shows up magically in my style.
So I might have mentioned charms. There was this incident.
The docks. It sounds like the Venatori tracked down Hector and took him there. Let's hurry. I don't like the tone of that note.
Too many Venatori around.
Dragon here?
How has the Ratha Circle been? Getting used to the schedule? The lectures?
It's fine. There's just quite a few high bloods and, well, I guess it's like
Venatori! Stop them! Is that Hector? were too late.
This was a public killing. An execution. The Venatori want people to be scared.
Hey, Rook. I've news about Lorelei the Fence.
Lorelei, she ran the pawn shop. Sold things.
Yes. The Venatori found her. They took her to the docks. You have to hurry. You know what they do to shadow dragons?
We're on it. This should never happen. Not anywhere.
We've a fight ahead.
You need to be taught a lesson to get in the way of your betters. Ambush! The guards will not...
Search the area for anyone who needs help. Lorelei, this was hers. What did they do to her?
They killed so many people. Why? For what?
I don't think they even care if the people they're executing are really shadow dragons. It's anyone who's ever been connected to them or helped them.
You know that confusing part of the lighthouse?
The crystalline wards that syncopate against the astrolabe?
That's it. I think I found out what they're... Oh, I'm sorry.
Quite all right. Working late?
A little. I'll catch up on sleep later. Here we go.
These must be the darkspawn that attacked Jordan Vesta. I'm guessing there's more.
Right.
Well, that's unnerving. Old magic, forgotten relics. There's a lot left in the catacombs, and the Blight's twisting through all of it. blight where it leads. Do you get the feeling we're being watched when we're in the catacombs? The last of them. We should tell Warden Vesta. Hey, we're back in Docktown proper. Vesta, we got the Darkspawn that attacked you. They won't get into the city.
Thank you. The Wardens will be glad to hear it.
As will the Shadow Dragons. Quillen, by the way. I'll ensure Vesta gets the healing she needs.
Rest well.
Fuck you, Doorman.
Let's try that again.
I can hear you now.
No, you could hear me before. I just didn't like that you started a conversation with "fuck you, doorman."
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm kidding. I just.
Man?
No, I just wanted the first word. Like it was instant.
Fuck you, doorman.
I have now played about 24 hours of Dawnguard and
Veilguard.
Yeah, whatever, Veilguard. I'm exhausted. I don't know, like, I'm enjoying it. It's just different, I guess. Like, it's hard to explain how it's different since you never played the other games in the series.
But I watched videos from people who have, and they weren't too high on Veilguard.
I enjoy it. It's not a bad game. I mean, I enjoy it, and it does add to the lore. Like, there has been a lot that it's added to the franchise. I can't put my finger on why I'm not enjoying it as much as Inquisition, but like
maybe it's the cringy dialogue.
No, it's definitely not that, because the dialogue isn't all that bad. Like, it's Dragon Age, so it's not good, but I think it's some combination of the way that the game handles equipment and the companions. Like, the companions just don't...
I've heard they're not the greatest. I hear they just do nothing but whine and complain the whole game.
There's, like, so far 6 of them. I think I get one more of them, but, like... In the first game, the companions were legendary. Like, they were amazing. Even the shitty ones were fun. In Dragon Age 2, the companions felt deep. Like, they didn't feel one note.
Yeah.
In Inquisition probably my favorite party in the entire series. Like, it was really complex. Veilguard, I don't know. Like, the companions just feel very one note. Like, there's no one companion that stands out to me like, I love this character. So far, Balara, which is like this elf woman, like, she's just really neurotic. Like, that's her whole thing. She's neurotic.
Is that really a character design?
Davrin is a black elf, and he has a griffin. His griffin has more character than he does.
That's sad.
Emmerich might be my favorite character that I've run into so far, but he's also an old man who's very eccentric, and half of the reason I like him is because he has a skeleton butler who he brings with him, and the skeleton butler is also hilarious.
That's very Dark Urge of him.
Yep. Harding, she's a callback from Inquisition. In Inquisition, she was, like, in the game a lot, but she was never controllable. In this game, she's still not controllable, really, because you don't control the companions, but she's there. I feel like she hasn't changed much, though. Like, I feel like the character is very samey. I'm not really learning much about her. And that's kind of a shame, because half of the point of having companions is learning about them. Lucanus I really want to like, but, like, I just haven't had a lot of chances to learn about his character yet. Like, his thing is he's got like a demon trapped inside of him that you can't see, but the demon really wants to, like, get to know you.
Yeah.
And there just haven't been enough cutscenes with the demon yet. And I would love to love Nev, but everything I do seems to fucking piss her off. Like, at the beginning of the game, I had to choose between, like, getting Harding hurt or getting Nev hurt. It's like, well, I already have the attachment to Harding, so I'm gonna save Harding, obviously, or whatever, right? Well, Nev got hurt, and she's like, I'm limping around, and it's not your fault, but, it's probably your fault. I'm like, oh, great, fuck. And then later on...
It's not your fault, but it's 100% your fault.
Then at the end of Act 1, basically, you have to, rush to either one city or another. One city, one companion, Lucanus, really wants to protect because it's a mercantile city that has no defenders. You need to go save them or millions are going to die because they can't defend themselves. Or you can go protect Nev's city. Nev's city has the fucking Shadow Dragons, which are a badass gang of strong dudes who can fight things. It's okay, well, if it's merchants or Shadow Dragons, I think the Shadow Dragons have a better chance of holding out against a dragon until I can get to them, right? Nope. Because you choose to go out to the merchants first, the mercantile people are safe, but Nev's people get obliterated basically, and they get enslaved by the bad guys, and now Nev is mad because I didn't rush to her aid when I chose merchants who can't fight for themselves. So she's mad at me, and now she's hardened, and I'm like, well, I didn't do anything fucking wrong. Well, so fuck you.
I heard the romances are kind of shit, too.
I don't want to romance any of these people right now. My character is not gay, so Lucanus, Emmerich, and Davrin, which I'm assuming you can romance, are out. So that leaves Balara, the neurotic elf, Harding, a gnome who's half my height, or Nev, who fucking hates me because I decided to save merchants. So my choices are pretty fucking shit right now, man. If I have to choose one of them, it'd be Balara, but that's not really saying much of anything. So yeah, I'm gonna close the game because I've had enough of this for tonight.
You can just tell me you don't like the game.
No, I love the game. It's a good game. It's just, right now, it's having its moment.